The Sermon on the Mount, found in Matthew chapters 5 through 7, captures the heart of what it means to follow Christ. Let's explore some of its key sections and see how they apply to our lives today. Jesus begins with the Beatitudes, a list of blessings. Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are those who mourn, for they shall be comforted. Blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth. Instead of praising the powerful, wealthy, or proud, Jesus honors the humble, the merciful, and the pure in heart. These are the people who truly experience God's kingdom. We can take comfort that God sees us not by worldly success, but by the posture of our hearts. Living humbly, showing mercy, and seeking purity is what draws us closer to Him. Jesus then tells His followers, "You are the salt of the earth. You are the light of the world. A city set on a hill cannot be hidden. Salt preserves and adds flavor. Light brings clarity and hope." As believers, our lives are meant to make a difference, to shine in a dark world. Do our words and actions add life and hope to those around us? Even small acts of kindness can be a bright light pointing others to Christ. Next, Jesus doesn't just repeat the Old Testament law, He deepens it. You have heard that it was said, "Do not murder." But I say to you that anyone who is angry with his brother will be subject to judgment. You have heard it said, "Do not commit adultery." But I say to you that anyone who looks at a woman lustfully has already committed adultery in his heart. You have heard it said, "Love your neighbor and hate your enemy." But I say, love your enemies and pray for those who persecute you. Jesus points us past external behavior to the condition of the heart. He calls us to love deeply, forgive freely, and live with purity, not just in actions, but in our thoughts and attitudes. Next is the Lord's Prayer. Jesus teaches us how to pray. Our Father in heaven, hallowed be your name. Your kingdom come, your will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts, as we also have forgiven our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. This prayer centers our lives on God's will, daily dependence, forgiveness, and protection. Praying like this isn't about repeating words, it's about aligning our hearts with God. Each line reminds us of who He is and who we are in Him. After this, Jesus reminds us not to chase temporary wealth. Do not store up for yourselves treasures on earth, but store up treasures in heaven. For where your treasure is, there your heart will be also. And later He says, "But seek first the kingdom of God and His righteousness, and all these things will be added to you." He challenges us to examine what we value most. Are we living for things that fade away, or for eternal rewards in God's kingdom? Are we judging others? Jesus says, "Do not judge, or you too will be judged. For in the same way you judge others, you will be judged." Jesus doesn't mean we ignore sin, but He warns against a critical, self-righteous spirit. Instead of tearing others down, we're called to show grace and help restore gently. When we focus on our own hearts first, we can love others with humility. The golden rule to live by. So in everything, do to others what you would have them do to you, for this sums up the law and the prophets. This one verse summarizes how to live in God's kingdom, treating people with the love and respect we ourselves long for. Jesus closes with a powerful image. Everyone who hears these words of mine and puts them into practice is like a wise man who built his house on the rock. But everyone who hears these words of mine and does not put them into practice is like a foolish man who built his house on sand. When the storms of life come, only those who have built their lives on Christ will stand. Hearing Jesus' words isn't enough. We must live them. Obedience is the foundation that keeps us strong in every season. The Sermon on the Mount is more than just a famous collection of teachings. It is Jesus showing us what life in God's kingdom truly looks like. It's an invitation to live differently, to see the world through God's eyes. He calls us to humility, to mercy, to forgiveness, to prayer, and to a deep trust in the Father who provides. He reminds us that true treasure isn't found in what we accumulate on earth, but in how we love and obey Him. And He challenges us not only to hear His words, but to build our lives upon them, like a house firmly grounded on rock. When we take His words to heart and live them out, we discover a life of blessing, strength, and peace that the world cannot shake.